Aloha, this is a progress report on how I am doing with my project. I wish to apologize for the lateness and the reasons why will be discussed later in this presentation. As far as the project itself is concerned, I am basically done. The art is finished, the design docs are written, and I have begun doing small things that may not even make it into the document. I believe this image of Aishikawa Gomon contemplating life is the perfect representation of this semester. It took several forms of AI and direct manipulations to create, but is ultimately unfinished. For the literature review, I have several papers on the subject. I had to stop at a specific point for the review because I am actually still reading and listening for myself. It doesn't matter what I write, it will be out of date by the time I graduate. So the review is a point in time between January and June of 2023. There are several subcategories within that research. The majority are based on the ways to do things with AI, with tutorials, creations, and specifics like 3D and audio creation. The more academic ones, done by reputable universities, companies, and websites, are marked as papers and kept there. Then we have the opinions and propaganda of what it means to the common man. To make sure I have looked at the papers correctly, I am using SpeakAI to Acro Patterns. This part of the project's incomplete because it took me 3 AIs to get what I wanted. There was a week where I downloaded every paper and website, only to have the AI not do anything. This became a major reason why this presentation was late. It is still happening, and I will contact the company to see if there's a way to move it more quickly. The opinions and propaganda show different ideas of what is happening with AI in society. The first is the creators who use AI. They promote the idea that a single person or small group can now make a product quickly. They need to know the AI and how to make the product anyway to create what is needed. My design document proves that this is possible in fact. They seem uninterested in the greater impact of AI on the common man. They said the fears are that large organizations, which both Disney and Universal could be described as, will be replaced by much smaller groups. The job market will suffer because those large job makers won't exist. Even greater, the use of AI will screw with politics because fake videos of candidates will appear. The basic fear in promotion is that large organizations you find in Hollywood are being defeated by the single creator with the right skill set. For example, this video of the Terminator was made using AI. I didn't even ask for Arnold Schwarzenegger, the AI just put him in. The fear is that things like faces and IP will no longer matter in a world where AI can just bring it up without even being requested. So what is it actually like working with AI? The propaganda makes it sound like people just tell it what to do, and then the world has changed. The AI is more like the character in Plato's cave who does not know the real world at all, only the shadows of reality that appear in its circuits. It doesn't actually know what a car looks like, but can mimic the image based on what it has been told is a car. When I first began to work with AI, it seemed like a basic tool to be used, but the more I used it, the more I realized it became a partner. Applied research is where you try out an idea and then another until you learn the skill set. It is a continuous education that improves as you go. I did this when designing a theme park for a video game and random things I could think up. Only when I tried to fully use AI in design that I realized I was partnering with it, not ordering it around like a tool. A tool is used by your own hand and guided completely. A cooperative creation is a partner who can create based on ideas you give them. They can also come up with new ideas, and it ends up being more of a conversation than a command. This video from A Dark Ride was entirely made using AI. So is this kabuki actor dressed as a fox spirit? I needed to know what I wanted and how it should look to properly get the results needed. My skill set is important and should not be ignored. Then we have the AI itself and how it contributes. When used correctly, it is a brilliant designer. The vast majority of the writing and images in the design document are from AI. We also need to be careful because the AI doesn't actually know anything. This means hallucinations happen all the time. For example, this kabuki actress has a problem with her hands. If you looked at the picture of Aishikawa Gamon I displayed earlier, you would have noticed he doesn't look Japanese. The 3D I did not take on the full features of the AI created concept art. Also, the AI placed trees, rocks, wildlife nearly destroyed my computer. I need to learn how to paint the textures onto the ground for it to look better. This is for a concept art class, which had just as many problems as the analyst AI. It was the other reason why things seemed to slow down. A designer using AI is the person who goes out into the real world to tell the AI what the shadows are. They are like the stagehands in plays. They designed, built, and can even appear on stage but are not seen within the story. The black clothing show, they are not a direct part of the show, and the audience seems to not even notice they exist. In conclusion, for a themed design, the audience becomes both the guests visiting the park and the AI caught up in another cave. You relay the needed information to the AI, judge what images work and which ones don't, and then design things that will wow an audience who has no idea how they did it all. Both the AI and the designer are needed, or nothing can be made.